Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this awesome new gameplay footage for Warhammer 40,000 Eternal Crusade. So a couple of quick updates to why we haven't been so, regular with the videos. First of all, you have to know that after there was a patch like a week, I think like a week ago, maybe less than a week, I don't remember exactly when the patch launched, and after that patch launched, I'm having amazing trouble getting the game to play in a normal frame rate. Like I'm getting almost 30 frames per second on servers that have, the maximum count of players, and on lesser ones I can get up to 50-60, but it's very hard to find a server that's not empty, So yeah, that has been the case. So I was like, the past couple of days I was going like extremely crazy over this because I was trying to figure out if the issue was just for me. Now that the game is in early access, on Steam, everybody's been talking about these issues. But back when I was still, it was still like it wasn't released on Steam. I didn't go to the official forums for the game to check out issues and such, and I was thinking that the problem was mainly happening for me because I was like logging out of the game and I was seeing like 80% CPU usage, and I was like, no, that can't be possible. I've never ever played a game that would require such high CPU usage. It didn't matter if it was an alpha, a beta, or pre-alpha or pre-beta, I don't know. I've never ever needed 80% of my CPU to be active in order to even get like 30 or 40 frames in the game. So I was definitely thinking at first the issue was just for me. So I was like all going crazy here. I was trying to, basically I had a couple of computers tested out on a couple of computers, and all of them I got the same problem. And I was definitely thinking, oh my god, something's really weird. I think all my computers just like broke down or something. It didn't make sense, but 80% CPU usage didn't make even more sense. At first I was thinking I had some maybe heatsink problems on my CPU, something was detached, so I had to get into my case, I basically reconstructed my entire computer from the beginning just to be sure that everything was working correctly, GPUs, RAM, absolutely everything I could think of that in any way could affect this CPU usage. I could even convince myself at the time it might even be something like the hard drive on my computer. I was just testing absolutely everything because I didn't know what to do. This was like the weirdest thing ever. And it turns out, just decided to do the smart thing at last. Should have probably gone with this first and ask around people in the game what kind of performance they were getting, and they were saying like from 30 to 50 frames depending on the server, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting that same thing. And as of right now, at this point in the game, the optimization is horrible, and I don't know how to state this more than just horrible. I know this is an alpha, guys, I know this is an alpha, but believe me, in 4 years of alpha testing and beta testing and not final versions of games, when it comes to not final versions of games and the testing I've done for them, I have never had such high CPU usage. I've never actually played an alpha that ever got me below 30 frames, I mean, I understand the occasional dip, but I've even had parts in this game that I've been playing for a couple of minutes on 27 frames per second, which is just crazy. So I've never had an alpha that dipped so much below 30 frames per second. This is like amazing for me. This was like first time experience, And yeah, that's it. They're saying this mostly happens on AMD CPUs, and that's not true. If you go over to the Steam Community Hub, you'll see that everybody with Intels are having the same problem. Even people with Intel Core i7s and even the latest Intel Core i7s still cannot run the game smoothly at all. They're still getting subpar performance. They're having issues with it, and I guess I'm still kind of blessed because I have seen people reporting that they're getting from 8 to 17 frames, and I'm not part of that category, which is still great. I'm still able to get above 20 frames, which is great, And I mean, to somebody who has like 8 to 17 frames, this game is probably completely unplayable. He doesn't see half of the stuff going on at all. And again, I know at this point a game is not supposed to be optimized. I know this, but this is just if somebody like buys the game right now, and I understand more if it gets some game-breaking bugs, you know, it crashed every so often, which it happens with the game as well too. But and yeah, there are bugs. Yeah, I've seen some weird stuff happening, but you know, if somebody spends like now €40, or if he spent like $120 or whatever on Captain Pack, or €40 on Steam now, and he jumps into the game and he gets this performance, he won't be able to play it at all. He had to wait. He's basically buying the game, and he'd have to wait like who knows how much time to be able to play it at all, because playing with 18 to 17 frames is just not possible. I mean, it's possible, but have you ever done that? I've never done that. It's crazy. I mean, 30 frames, even when there's these console versus PC debates, you know, 30 frames is still something, you know. If I was playing the game at 30 frames but it was solid, you know, it wasn't dipping below that, I would be completely fine still, even though I own a pretty high-end PC and I want to be able to have more frames. That's why I spend the money on it. But this is, again, I cannot state this enough, this is the first ever pre-release product that I've seen such bad frame rates in. So yeah, so this was just like a quick update video to let you know what's been going on, and if there will be even more footage. I will be, of course, trying to get more footage into the game. Just I was hoping to wait a couple of days out, because maybe, like, I've seen, at least for AMD CPUs, they've posted something like they might improve performance, and who knows, Intel might get some, you know, goodness as well, you know, something might be a little bit better optimized. So I just want to wait a couple of days before, you know, posting another video, so we could see if by any chance we would get better performance on my computer. At least I'm really hoping, because, or even if not on my main computer right now, at least one of the other ones I own, because I also have a laptop and stuff. And so anyway, if we get past all of the performance issues in this game, it's actually pretty nice. It's quite enjoyable. As somebody who's a giant fan of the Warhammer universe, of course, I'm, you know, I was always kind of excited about this game, and I've known about it for like over a year, and I wanted to play it for, well, for the same amount of time, but just at first wasn't like really into, you know, spending the $120 on a Captain Edition that would get me, you know, this early access into the game, this part of the alpha program. But now, as I see, and since the game arrived on Steam, you know, it's selling for a lot less money. It's selling for like 40 euro, 45 euro, something like that, and that's actually pretty great, because this way a lot more people can get into the game, and a lot more people can play it, and a lot more people can enjoy the Warhammer universe, and that's pretty amazing. And the price is, of course, a little better than what it used to be before. You know, 40 euros are not the same as $120, of course, and that's pretty awesome. You know, I'm really glad that they decided to move this to Steam Early Access. Maybe they should have done this in the first place. I don't know why they didn't. Fun fact, I actually forgot that the publisher for this was Namco Bandai, which is kind of weird. I don't know why, but first I connected them with another publisher, and this is kind of my mistake, of course, but it's kind of weird, because Namco Bandai, you know, they've been focusing on very different games, and I think this is the first time that this publisher has been in any way related to the Warhammer universe. I hope I'm not wrong, but I think that's the case. You know, I know Namco Bandai from other games, you know, mostly from Naruto games, because I'm also a Naruto fan. You know, at least I was a big fan of the anime some time back, but not as much now. Let's just say even a couple of things about what I don't like so far in this game, and of course, again, from performance issues, which are going to be totally ironed out. A couple of things I have a problem with. First of all, this stamina system that's in place right now, I don't know why I don't like it that much, because when you're against, you know, enemies that have a jetpack and they have a sword, a chainsword that when it hits you, it like stuns you and everything. You know, the only thing you can do is either be so accurate, but you can't kill them in a couple of shots. I already seen that. Like, you can't kill them in 4 or 5 shots. You need more shots, even to the head. It doesn't matter. And you either have to dodge the move, or you have to maybe even throw a grenade, but there's little chance, you know, in the fastness of the combat that will happen, you know. So I would like to have just maybe a little bit more stamina to be able to do a couple of more dodges, because this way it feels that the guys with the jetpacks and the chainsword combination, they're a little bit more powerful. And the other thing they can do is they can like go into the air and they can jump back down pressing, you know, the right mouse button and slam on the ground, and that also you know, creates this kind of you know, this kind of wow, I'm missing the word right now. That's weird. I face this dizziness. Yeah, this dizziness for the character. The character gets all dizzy again, and you cannot react to the combat situation as you want to. Just as in the same way as, like, for instance, when you're getting suppressed by a heavy bolter, you know, and you know, when it's firing those heavy shots and it's firing a lot, it's basically a machine gun, and when it's firing those shots, you know, you're also getting suppressed. So if there's a chance, maybe get a little bit more stamina into the game, that would be kind of awesome. I don't know if that's possible. Maybe it should be this way, but look at it, even here. See, he gets me in a one hit with his power axe, I think, and basically he disorientates me. I cannot aim. Even if I jump a couple of times back, he's gonna catch up to me because his swing, you know, also moves him forward. It isn't just like he doesn't have to first get to me. He can just press the right mouse button and the swing will move him forward, so he'll catch me. Or if he has like he has pressed control, you know, and he has this auto lock on my character, which I don't understand. Why is there an auto lock? I don't know why this is in the game for that specific class. Why is there an auto lock that can instantly lock onto an enemy and follow him, and this way it's much easier to actually hit a person with the power axe or with the chainsaw, which of the two weapons you're using. And I was really hoping we'd see some changes to that, definitely. And this kind of feels weird in a player versus player environment to have an auto lock. I mean, I get it if it was like an MMO and but even to be honest, you know, I always found MMO games to be more interesting when you don't have an auto lock to the enemy. You have to actually aim the spells yourself. I know MMOs have been having a very hard time, you know, trying to introduce this where you have to aim in order to your spells to land, you know, successfully. You have to aim and hit the enemy character, and especially for a shooter, I'm still having a hard time understanding why there has to be an auto lock and why it does such a great job of keeping track of the enemy. Oh, actually, I think here I'm gonna kill this guy. Yes! Nah, it's a critical assist. Yeah, I was definitely thinking of killing him, but I guess I did. I got most of the hits, and then someone just like very little finished him off for very little kill. Here I killed somebody. For an early access game, you know, for an alpha, I gotta admit I'm not disappointed with the graphics, especially since I've seen the game back last year again, and there were these videos, and there was basically nothing there. You know, they had a character, they had some weapons, but the buildings, they had absolutely no textures. There were even just like some writing on the walls, like insert color here or something like that. And I think in this past year the game has moved up quite a bit. So that's basically all I want to say about this game for now, and give you this quick update on what's going to be happening. You know, there will be new videos soon as we get a more decent frame rate, definitely. And well, other than tell you that it was a great pleasure, you know, commenting on this game and having the ability to play this game. You know, having the advantage, no, not the advantage, but in general, being able to play this game was a great possibility for me. And I really like the game, again, despite performance issues. And well, thank you for being with King Gamer today, and thank you for watching this video. And I hope you check out our next videos whenever we post some. Although we are very consistent in posting videos, yeah. So we basically have videos like almost every day, I think. We're even Sundays, Saturdays as well. So if you want to have even more excitement during Sunday and Saturday, which is a slow time for most gaming networks, you know, gaming channels and stuff, we deliver even on those days. So you definitely want to stick with us if you want to continue getting this great content and getting this amazing gameplay of all these exciting games that you usually won't be able to see anywhere else. Well, thank you again, this was a pleasure. Thank you very much.